Lesson 2. Identifying a spokesperson and supporting messengers. In this lesson, you will learn the importance of identifying and preparing the right spokesperson and supporting messengers to effectively communicate with the public. First, it's important to understand the difference between the two. Your spokesperson is the person that is authorized to speak publicly on behalf of your office or organization. A local election office, for example, might have a member of their leadership, such as a commissioner or election director, officially designated as their spokesperson. Supporting messengers, on the other hand, are credible outside voices who can amplify and validate your key message. For a local election office, these messengers might include state election officials, local or regional lawmakers, law enforcement partners, or other community leaders. Outside messengers can vary based on the capacity, skills, and resources required for different situations, but they should always be people you trust. Both spokespeople and messengers play an important part in communicating with the public, so it's crucial to spend time considering who is best positioned to fulfill these roles. When identifying a spokesperson, it is helpful to consider who is the appropriate or approved voice from my office to communicate with the public. What support or training is needed to prepare for this role? If there is an emergency, who will be available to answer press questions? When identifying supporting messengers, consider, does the public or specific community we need to reach know and trust this messenger? Does this messenger have the experience and information necessary to properly communicate with the public? Identifying your spokesperson and supporting messengers well before Election Day will allow you to plan your communications accordingly. Some best practices to keep in mind, whether communicating through a spokesperson or outside messenger, include: speak with a unified, informative voice rooted in timely information and facts. Share key messages and relevant data points with messengers. Embrace consistency. Repeated messages are impactful messages. Let's look at some instances where you might need to communicate through your spokesperson and identify supporting messengers to share information. For example, imagine that a nearby car accident causes one of your voting locations to lose power for a short time on Election Day. Having a spokesperson already identified allows the election office to respond quickly in unexpected situations. In addition to answering questions from media, the spokesperson may need to assure voters that the voting location is still open and voters can still vote. How might supporting messengers play a role in this scenario? Since the outage was a result of a car accident, law enforcement might be able to provide more information on the accident and reinforce your message that voters can still access the voting location. Consider another scenario. Your office is starting an outreach program to provide training on accessible voting equipment. In this example, the spokesperson may need to be briefed by a staff member who works on voting access or manages voting equipment. You might also want to enlist supporting messengers from local organizations who serve the disability community. These messengers may also need training or supporting materials like instruction guides or fact sheets to effectively communicate on your behalf. Though they occupy a more informal relationship than a spokesperson, supporting messengers can play an important role in ensuring accurate information makes its way to the public. Now spend a few minutes thinking through who your potential spokespeople and supporting messengers might be.